procession was held this morning to escort the body of Maine Game Warden Joshua Tibbetts, who died in a plane crash in Avon yesterday. Authorities said his plane went down near Avon around 11 a.m. around Schoolhouse Pond. FlightAware shows the plane departed Norridgewock just after 10. Tibbetts, who was from New Gloucester, was the only person on board and was working with the Bureau of Fisheries to stock fish in the western part of the state. The FAA said the NTSB is in charge of the investigation. This morning's procession was described as an honorable transfer. State troopers and other state officials lined the roads as they escorted the hearse carrying his body. The video you're seeing here is from this morning in Augusta. Tibbetts was taken to the Crosby Neal Funeral Home in Newport. The Maine Warden Service says he spent 18 years with the department, including 3 years as a pilot. Our media partners, WMTW, spoke with some of his coworkers about what a great person Tibbetts was and all of his accomplishments.
We're grieving the loss of a dedicated public servant, colleague, and member of the Maine Warden Service. Our hearts are out to Josh's family, his mother, father, his children, his entire extended family. These tragedies touch us all.
Details about a funeral service have not yet been released, but we will provide that information when it becomes available.